GIF Memorial Day weekend is here, guys. It is Friday, May 25th, 2018. You're watching the Daily Mix TV by Hill Story Marketing. Hi, my name is Sean Patrick Hillman. All right, let's tackle the 800-pound gorilla here, kids. Chances are your inbox has been bombarded with GDPR or updated privacy policy emails over the last week. GDPR stands for General Data Protection Regulation. It comes into effect across the European Union today. GDPR is about privacy and how personal data is processed and used, and in order to comply, companies need to clearly disclose how they're collecting and storing your data. Among the new rules, businesses are now required to report to authorities about any data breach within 72 hours of its discovery. GDPR also imposes new guidelines around kids and online services, in some cases requiring children under the age of 16 to get parental consent before using apps. Companies don't need to be based in Europe to be subject to this new regulation, though. They just need to have users there. So the law applies to union citizens and their data wherever the server resides. So if there's a server in the United States that's holding data on a citizen of the European Union, it's subject to this new regulation. Regulators can also fine businesses with penalties around $23.5 million or 4% of global sales. And American tech companies are taking this very seriously in the wake of the recent Cambridge Analytica and Facebook scandal. You know, the amount of comments and posts that I've seen on both LinkedIn and on certain professional forums on Facebook has been incredible. All of my friends who are lawyers, of course, are freaking out because their clients are asking them what's going on, and they're trying to understand the entire depth and breadth of this new regulation. Honestly, to me, because I've seen a ton of emails come through from friends of mine, clients of mine, and certainly fans who watch the Daily Mix TV as to what is all of this privacy email, what's going on, all of those kinds of things. Actually does my heart good because people are actually paying attention again. Victoria's Secret may dip its toe back into the swimsuit business after all. The struggling lingerie giant's executives admitted to Wall Street analysts yesterday on an earnings call that they were considering backtracking on a controversial decision to exit swimwear back in 2016. Quote, "There's discussion about bringing back swim from time to time," said owner L Brands' chief financial officer. L Brands owns Victoria's Secret, Stuart Bergdorfer. Now, that's despite the fact that swimsuits were even less profitable for the chain than bras and panties. Now, just a few months ago, management had said its teen-focused Pink chain would stop selling swimsuits within a year. Here's the drill, guys, and it's actually very simple. Sometimes retailers and e-commerce companies will use lower profit margin product to entice customers to come back to their stores or their websites in order to buy product that has a higher margin. So they're using it as almost a carrot. Now, the company has also recently backtracked on previous decisions to get rid of promotional mailers and their catalog. But meanwhile, the catalog was brought back as a so-called Magalog about 2 weeks ago. Now, the chain's pricey push-up bras have been losing ground to offerings from rivals like American Eagle Outfitters' lower-priced Aerie brand, while also getting a lot of heat via the Me Too movement for using sexy models to sell lingerie. I mean, guys, look, at the end of the day, sex sells. We know that. Marketers have been using it since the beginning of time. And as sad as that may be, it still works. It still sells products. In a situation like Victoria's Secret, where you've got to strike that balance between class and sex, it's a hard thing to do. And I have a feeling that this year, in 2018, Victoria's Secret will find their way back to better profits. It looks like Chipotle is breaking up with the city of Denver, packing up its current headquarters for apparently greener grass in California. The burrito chain's turnaround plan includes hiring, quote, top talent from California, where the company will be relocating over the next 6 months, according to a statement issued by the chain on Wednesday. Their new CEO, Brian Niccol, comes from Taco Bell, which is based in Irvine, California, just miles away from Newport Beach, where Chipotle is headed. Meanwhile, Chipotle's office in New York, where founder and former CEO Steve Ells is based, is going to close. The move, quote, will position us well in the competition for top talent, said Nickel in a statement. Now, about 400 employees in Denver will be affected by this move. Some will be offered relocation and retention packages, according to the company. Guys, this happens every single day. And, you know, whether it's, as an example, a few months ago, we talked about Campari leaving San Francisco to move to New York to a building by Bryant Park. You know, in order to maintain your bottom line, in order to make sure that you're being fiscally responsible, that you're thinking things through from an HR perspective as well as a P&L perspective, sometimes you have to bite the bullet and move no matter what your size is. So in this case for Chipotle, given that Brian Nickel comes from Taco Bell, he's going to start trying to pull talent from his former chain into Chipotle, certainly to help fix the many problems they've had over the last couple of years. Now, for a Flashback Friday and something a little fun. Exactly 40 years ago today, this debuted in theaters not so far away.
Luke Skywalker was just a farm boy until he received a mysterious message from a princess.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
She's beautiful.
Star Wars, starring Mark Hamill,
I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm here to rescue you.
Aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper?
Harrison Ford,
Boring conversation anyway. Luke, we're gonna have company! I think we took a wrong turn.
Carrie Fisher,
Good luck.
Alec Guinness,
You can't win, Darth. If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
20th Century Fox presents the most extraordinary motion picture of all time, Star Wars.
Here's where the fun begins.
No legendary adventure of the past could be as exciting as this romance of the future.
Here they come.
May the Force be with you in Star Wars.
And just a reminder that Solo, a Star Wars story, hit theaters last night, so get your tickets for what is sure to be one hell of a ride, with the backstory on the galaxy's most notorious smuggler, Han Solo. And in honor of this momentous anniversary, today's inspirational quote comes from one of my favorite characters, Yoda. Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. I sense much fear in you. Yoda. As you folks know, Memorial Day weekend is here. Monday is Memorial Day, so we're going to be off. We'll be back on Tuesday with a new episode. Have a great holiday weekend, folks, filled with barbecues, visits to the pool or the beach, and most importantly, having fun and spending some time with your friends and family. Have a great weekend, folks. We'll see you on Tuesday.